Hello to everyone. I want to show you how I made decorative shelves with no visible anchors or brackets. I did two already and learned from my mistakes. Let's head to my garage. I'll show you while I'm doing the third and last shelf. I have to warn you that my garage is very messy. But the very next project on my list is to declutter and organize the garage. For now, let's focus on the shelves. First, I cut the piece to the size I want for the shelf. Then I need to round off the outside edges that will be touched by hand. Then I'm gonna sand off the top. I'm using a palm router to round off the outside edges here, but you could just sand it off. I'm using a mouse sander just to smoothen the parts that are prone to be touched by hand. That's the top and the outside edges. Once it's nice and round, we are ready for the next step. Remember, this has no visible brackets. The way this is accomplished is that the shelf is actually composed of two parts. One small part will be screwed into the wall, and the bigger part will be joined to it using dowels. I cut the dowels to the size I need using the chop saw, but you could use a handsaw or any other saw you prefer. This whole part is going to get clearer later in the video, but I wanted the dowel to go as far in as the drill bit can go. I used a bit that is slightly thinner than the dowel. That way I can just hammer the dowel in and it would stay in place. Clamping the workpiece to a vise, and I need to drill 3 holes for the dowels, 1 around the middle and 2 around the edges. Remember, I'm gonna cut this into 2 pieces, about 1.5 inches from the top using the table saw, and then the small part is gonna get screwed into the wall, and then the bigger part is gonna be joined to it using the dowels. I needed the dowels to be a little longer than needed, basically a little longer than the drill bit. And that's because I'm going to hammer it in and the top part might be damaged a little, so I can chop it off. Now, just drilling the holes all the way to the end. And this is where the dowels are going to go in later. I set the table saw to cut 1.5 inches. Basically that's the distance between the blade and the fence, and I need to cut from the side that has the holes using a feather board to keep the piece in place. Rolled up my right sleeve a little bit. Use all the safety measures that you have access to. It's helpful to mark the pieces or number them to know which side goes with which side. Especially helpful if you're doing multiple shelves at the same time. So that's the piece that is gonna get screwed into the wall. So I need to drill countersink holes for the screws, and then using the dowels we're going to join the 2 pieces so it looks fairly seamless at the end. So now it's time to drill the countersink holes for the screws, but before I could do that I need to know where the studs are, so I know where the screws will go. So I'm using a stud finder to mark the wall, and then I just transferred them to the piece. This is where I'm going to drill the holes. So first I used these ready-made dowels, but they were too small and thin, so the shelf was actually curving under the weight of the stuff I put on it, which is just a small planter. So I realized these are just too small and thin. So I made my own dowels, or tried to, using the router, but it was just a bit too thick. So I ended up going to the store, buying different sizes, which I'm glad I did because one was flimsy and I ended up using the thicker one. I cut it to length and it worked well. These are the marks that I transferred from the wall, and this is the countersink bit that I'm going to use to drill in the holes. It basically is a pilot hole with a bigger part for the screw head to sit in. And if you don't have countersink drill bits, don't worry, there are a number of ways you could achieve the same results. Just search YouTube. And if you notice, the countersink bit is a bit short, so I'm using here another longer bit to just do pilot holes all the way through the wood. I'm using a bit that's slightly smaller than the screws I plan on using. Time to hammer the dowels in. So I'm going to use a piece of wood and a rubber mallet and just hammer it as far as it would go in. I'll do that for all three of them. And then after I'm done, there should be a part that is protruding over the 1.5 inch that will be inside the other piece. Perfect. The next step is to cut off the extra parts from the dowels. Again, the reason I made them a little longer than needed is that hammering them in may have flattened the top, so they may not go in as easily into the second part. This project is actually inspired by another video I saw for DIY Creators. The difference is that he intentionally made the dowels smaller than the holes, but then he had to use screws for the dowels to stay in place. I thought if we made them a little bigger and hammered them in, they would stay in place without any screws. Perfect. Now to my favorite part of the project. I'm going to use Wipe On Poly clear gloss to finish the visible sides of the shelf. If you need to color your wood, you could use a wood stain product like this one, but I like the natural color of mahogany, so I'm just going to use a clear poly layer. This is the most satisfying part for me, seeing the quick transformation that some poly can bring to the wood. So I'm just going to let you enjoy it in silence. So the next step I forgot to record, which is screwing this into the wall. So it's done already, but it's so easy, just 4 screws into the wall with a drill. Now I'm erasing the pencil marks at this stage before I put the second part. It's a little easier at this point. Now the last step is to hammer the second piece in. You may need to do some maneuvering to get the dowels to line up with the 3 holes. Pretty strong H's today. I feel like I sound like the father from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I am the head of the household. Anyway, what's left is to use a rubber mallet and hammer it into place. Once you get it all the way in, the seam is only visible if you look from the top and up close. Otherwise, you cannot really tell it's made of 2 pieces. Anyway, like the rest of you, I'm still learning, so if there's anything that could have been done better in this project, let me know. Other than that, as you can tell, it looks as if these shelves are just magically hanging there.